I feel better looking just being with you all. The girls always do such an amazing job of presenting themselves. Love it. Love it.
You can't see me from the waist down. I may have pajama pants on, just saying.
All right.
All right, this is exciting. Nikki, you're living it. We're not
Is
live
Trish
yet. You're
joining us?
recording currently.
Yes. Trish will be here a little bit later. She's on another call, but she's going to close off, so that's fine.
Nice.
I'm actually just doing it on I'm just not going to do the Facebook Live because we have Maureen here. And yeah.
Okay.
Maureen? Live, huh?
No.
Any problems?
It's
Yep. Just another minute on the song, honey. Let people settle in. Let them remember it's a beautiful day.
We can't hear the song, darling.
Oh, really?
Not at all. No.
Oh, well, that could be a bit of a problem. Okay, well, welcome everybody. My name is Justin Phillips, and it is my privilege and an honor to be streaming in to you and sharing with you from beautiful Bribie Island in southeast Queensland, Australia. It is a steamy subtropical afternoon here, and we have got beautiful weather, and it is a beautiful day. And it is my great privilege to share with you some amazing women who lead, some change makers in the world, and to share this incredible opportunity of what I truly believe are the best healing technology in the planet. An incredible business opportunity. I think the best business opportunity here today in the modern world, but more importantly, a very powerful and purposeful mission where we can truly make a difference while making a living and change and transform the lives of people all over the globe. And you can do that from the comfort of your own home. You can do that from your office on Bribie Island. You can do that in your bikinis on the beach with your phone. It's pretty cool. Seriously, it's amazing. So let's get on to listening to these ladies. I want to thank you so much for being in here today, and make sure that you enter the raffle. So anyone on this call today is eligible to be in the raffle, and where you can earn some free prizes, which is pretty cool. But please, only one entry per person. You do need to be on the live call to win, so make sure you stay until the very end. And open your chat box, select the all panelists and attendees, and put your comments in there. Have some engagement. You know, we want to participate with you. Make it a bit of a workshop. We're all in this together, right? So also, please put in where you're streaming in from around the world. People are logging in. It's great to see where you're coming from. But also tell us, what is your favorite thing that you love about ASEA if you know about ASEA? And if you're here for the very first time to learn about ASEA, let us know. Put your name in the chat box and say hi, and we'd love to welcome you to the call. If you're from Australia or New Zealand, we have an extra special offer for you today. Sorry, we can't offer that to the whole wide world, but for Australians and New Zealanders, if you want to start on the ASEA products and become an associate today, and join us in this mission of sharing these amazing products around the world. A very special thank you to ASEA Corporate, and particularly Kim Hill, for making this available. You can actually, you're entitled to free enrollment for being a part of this event today. So we plan to be finished this event by 1:30 p.m. So we're going to kick off and get stuck into it. So as I said, my name is Justin Phillips. I'm very privileged to be an ambassador diamond with ASEA. I've been on this journey for 6 years now. And it has been absolutely life-transforming for me. I request that you open your mind. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. And we have got some of the world's leading professionals, leading both from the field and from the corporate side of things, to help you get a glimpse into the vision of what ASEA can potentially do for you. And our first guest speaker today is an amazing woman, Dr. Maureen Hayes. She's actually a part of the ASEA Medical Professionals Board. She's been a medical doctor for 25 years. She's double board certified by the American Board of Anesthesiology. I said the big word right, didn't I? And both in general anesthesiology and pain management. Dr. Hayes has recently served as an assistant professor in the Department of Anesthesiology at the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston in Texas. So put your hands together, show us some love. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Maureen.
Yay! Hey, it's so awesome to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I actually, yes, I'm double boarded, or was double boarded. I haven't practiced in 8 years. I've actually transferred over to sharing redox signaling full time now. I keep all my licenses and everything up to date, but this has become my mission and my passion. And so I'm very happy to share it with people. I was actually introduced about 8 years ago. I was introduced earlier. Somebody had, my mother had been very ill, and a friend had sent me information. And like so many healthcare professionals, I was a little arrogant and ignorant. And so I didn't really look at it. When I saw that it was made from salt water, I thought that sounded ridiculous. Plus, I live on the Gulf Coast. I'm from Galveston, Texas. And I thought, I've got salt water all around me. I don't need to be paying for it. So I didn't pay any attention. And unfortunately, my mom passed without my giving it a try. But a friend and I were having a conversation where he was telling me about this breakthrough product. And I really respected him from a business aspect. He was not a medical professional, but I knew that he had been with a wellness company prior and had a lot of success there. And so when he was telling me about a breakthrough, I was very open to hearing about it. When I found out it was the same saltwater product, I was not that pleased, but because I thought so much of him, I went ahead and looked at it. What my friend didn't know is that my husband, who is also physician, he's a pediatric anesthesiologist, had gone through a life-threatening illness, which he was cured from. We have some really good hospitals in our area. And we were very thankful, very grateful. But unfortunately, the treatment had left him compromised. And he went from being an athlete, former marathon runner, still running 8-10 miles a day when he was diagnosed, to literally having to wear oxygen just to sit and watch TV. So it was a huge difference in the quality of his life. And I looked into this. I'd never heard of redox signaling, was not familiar with it, but went to pubmed.gov, which is kind of Google for healthcare professionals. And at that time, there were about 6,000 references to it. It was not something that was taught when I was in medical school. But interestingly, my medical school had just received a $10.5 million NIH grant to study these redox molecules in the body, along with a number of different systems like the cardiovascular and the GI and orthopedics, aging, different things like that. So I found the science very, very compelling, and I started to look into it, and we tried the products. Now, at that time, I was actually in training for something called age management medicine. We all want to grow older, but we want to do so gracefully. We want to be 90 years old, but not in a wheelchair. We want to be out, golfing or mountain climbing or doing whatever we enjoy doing. And that's what that field of medicine is. It's concierge medicine, so it's not covered by insurance. I don't know how that works in Australia, but here we have medical insurance to cover those things. And this was outside that realm. So people had to come out of pocket, and it was very, very costly. And I was going through that training as we had gotten started on these redox molecules in our family. I didn't have any big expectations. I didn't really understand it. When you learn a little bit about what redox molecules are, you understand that they're foundational to just about every reaction that takes place in the body. But when you're looking at the back of a pouch or a bottle and it says, sodium chloride and distilled water, you're like, wait a minute, what? But it actually goes through a very sophisticated process of electrolysis that breaks apart all of the bonds in the water, the H2O, and the salt, the NaCl, and it reconfigures as these molecules that when they go into the body, they go to work. And you don't really think about it, but your cells have a secret language. If you cut yourself, it just miraculously heals. The bleeding will stop. You'll start to get a scab on there. The skin will knit back together. This happens everywhere. Our body has an innate knowledge of how to heal itself. It's in the blueprint of our cells and our very DNA. And so what we're doing with these molecules, is we're replenishing them. They're made in an area of every cell of our body. We have them. We make them, trillions of them every day. But as we get older, we have fewer of the little powerhouses in our cells called mitochondria. And the ones that we have don't work as well. So by replenishing these, we can actually have our bodies act like they're much, much younger, and that the body will work much more efficiently. So I got my husband and the rest of the family started on these products. And within a few months, my husband was able to get off all of the oxygen. He was able to start exercising again. He did what we call cardiac rehab and pulmonary rehab to build up his stamina. And it was absolutely amazing. And he's been incredibly healthy ever since. And that's been about 8 years now. And I had changes, and some of the other people that I had put it on, including pets, had amazing changes. And I'll tell you, I finished that training for age management medicine, but I said to my husband, I thought he was going to throttle me because it was time consuming and expensive to get the training. But I said, you know, I'm not going to hang that shingle. I don't know that many people who can afford that kind of medicine on top of their regular insurance and all. And this is something that everybody needs to know about. And so I made the decision at that point that I was going to start educating people about redox signaling molecules, about something that many studies have been done on that showed that it was absolutely perfectly safe. It's non-toxic. You can't hurt anybody with it. There's no side effects, just side benefits with these products. And it's been an amazing journey for me. You're an ambassador, you ambassador diamonds or triple diamonds, or pretty high up there. I'm a double diamond with the company, which is pretty amazing. I actually am doing what I did as a physician, which was to help people have a better quality of health and a better quality of life. I'm just doing it in a different way. And I teach people, I empower people to take control of their own health. And I teach other people so that they can turn around and share it too. So as a physician, if I saw you in my clinic, I only had that time that you were in front of me to have an impact on you. But here, I can impact the person in front of me who can turn around and mirror what I'm doing and magnify it so that it's like a ripple effect going out from one person across the world. And in these 8 years, I've been able to touch the lives of thousands of people and impact their health. And it's been an absolute blessing and a joy to be part of this. So thank you so much for allowing me to share. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much. Give Dr. Maureen a round of applause. We love you, Dr. Maureen.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful to have shared some really cool holidays with you, because ASEA treats us so nicely when we do the work. And we get the rewards for doing the work. You said you're a double diamond, and that is an amazing achievement. That truly is, like, the diamond life is something to strive for. I can't express my gratitude for having the freedom of the diamond life that ASEA can provide. But a couple of things I just wanted to recap what you said, Dr. Moran, there, is that you're even surprised that yes, it transformed your husband's health, and we're all super grateful for that, and yours and other people's, but even your pets. Right? And that's like, this technology is awesome because you can use it on any living creature, right?
Even plants. I've seen it do amazing things for roses in a vase. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That is so cool. And the other thing I loved that you said and that you shared is that you made a decision. You committed to becoming a sharer of the message, to become an educator, to become a teacher. And I think that's a really big misconception that a lot of people have got. They think that this kind of style of this style of business is that you have to be this superstar salesperson. And I never look at myself as a superstar salesperson. I look at myself as someone who's super passionate about helping people. And I just want to help. I want them to understand what's possible for them, what this technology can do for them, what this business lifestyle can do for them, and what being a part of this bigger ASEA family can do for them. And it's really great to hear you coming from a physician's perspective, having that similar vision that you're a teacher and an educator, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm not a very good salesperson, and like so many, when I heard it was network marketing, I was kind of, no, thank you, been there, done that, have the t-shirt, and, really just got involved selfishly to see if it would help my husband. But when you come across something that is this profound, that can help this many people, and has, as a physician, especially as a pain doctor who has written thousands of prescriptions, every one of them coming with side effects and warnings, I've never had my hands on something so powerful and so safe that has changed so many lives. I mean, it's really an honor. Yeah. Thanks, Justin.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Maureen. We're super grateful to have you on the call today. It's actually looking at the chat box. If you are here for the first time on the call, please pop in, where you're from. We're getting people from all over the world joining us, so that's amazing. And if this is your first time, please let us know, introduce yourself, say hi. Be sure to go in the raffle. Nicole there, the amazing superstar Nicole, has got the bit.ly link, the link there to pop yourself in the raffle. So please do that. And if you want to go right ahead and enroll straight away, then use that ASEA webinar code. Or if you're thinking about doing it later on, please take that code down, because that's going to save you 60 Australian dollars on an equivalent sort of amount for New Zealand as well. Okay, so we're going to, the other thing is, if you like free stuff. Yeah. But if you like free stuff, pop a 1 in the chat box. I'm just curious. Who likes free stuff? Everyone loves free stuff. So over to you, Nicole. Please do the raffle for us.
Okay, I've drawn the raffle, the first raffle. So it's a random prize draw. You have to go on the link to be in the raffle. And our first winner is Michelle Vidler from Australia. So Michelle.
Go, Michelle!
Congratulations. I'm going to put my email in the chat box here, Michelle, so please grab it, and you need to email me and I'll get you a form to fill in so we can get your raffle prize out. You've won a Renew Advanced Skin and Body Kit valued at 390 Australian dollars retail price, which is absolutely amazing. And thank you so much to ASEA Corporate and Kim Hill, our, who is in charge of Australia from Corporate, for providing these prizes. Doesn't matter where in the world you are eligible to go in the raffle draw as well. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nicole. And I was laughing my head off there, because after my request to put a 1 in the chat box for free stuff, it was like all 1s going crazy. There's hundreds of people on the call today. It's great you're all part of the call. Thank you so much for joining us. Now for our next amazing speaker, the incredible Gina Moran. Gina Moran is a triple diamond and from broke to a bountiful life. So that kind of really resonates with me, because I was dying and bankrupt when I started this journey myself. And, that it's hard to imagine the transformation that is in a person's life. So let's listen to the amazing Gina. She was flat broke. She was homeschooling mother of 6 kids when she was introduced to ASEA. It transformed her life. And now she's been spending the last 8 years working with doctors, scientists, health professionals, regular people to get the redox breakthrough out around the world. So please put your hands together for the amazing Gina Moran.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you for such a kind introduction. I am very grateful, honored to be here, and especially surrounded by such tremendous leadership. So women who are passionate about making a positive change. And of course you, we're all here in this journey together. I love it. So yes, Justin, as you said, my journey began about 8 years ago. And after building a 7,000 square foot home, approximately $1.2 million value, we got hit with the 08-09 U.S. mortgage and real estate crisis that kind of hit all in one. And we found ourselves with a large $660,000 construction loan that could not be rolled into an end loan. And so we were sunk. We ended up in foreclosure and bankruptcy. And to top it off, my husband at the time had also lost his computer job and his computer business. So if you didn't think things were bad enough, it was like being below rock bottom. And of course, that takes a huge toll on people, just emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything. And so honestly, it really took him out. It took him out. And unfortunately, he decided to go down a path that I just chose not to follow. I knew that if anything was to be, it was up to me. And we still had 4 beautiful daughters, 4 of our 6 children at home to raise at this time. And so if you can imagine the amount of stress, I know there's some people out there today that can probably identify. There's some people that have maybe lost their job, or things have changed dramatically in the world we live in today. And so I'm sure there are people out there that are hungry, are hurting, are fearful. And I know what that feels like, to not even know where our next meal is coming from, let alone how we're going to keep a roof over the head. So I started doing things, I came from a background of sales. I was very successful before I had come home to be a mother at home for 21 years, but I hadn't worked outside the home. So I was struggling just to put food on the table. So in all earnest, I, just with my hands raised to heaven, said a big prayer. And a week later, 2 men that I hold in the highest esteem, Dr. Dick Walker and Jerry White, brought ASEA to me. not because I was sick physically, but because I was sick financially. So my story's a little different. I honestly didn't have anything that was ailing me. I didn't have any diseases. I wasn't on any medication. But I trusted these men immensely, and I knew that they had done the due diligence to know that this technology was really truly the greatest scientific achievement in the health science arena, just like Dr. Maureen had stated here. And so I knew these men weren't going to be fooled. And when they told me that we could lock arms and we could bring this technology to the world, and that I could partner with them, and I could earn a substantial income to take care of my family, I said, I'm in all the way. But you know what? I didn't even have $40. I didn't have $40 to enroll, you guys. So I understand when people say, you know, I don't know if I can afford to do this, but what I can tell you is I don't think you can afford not to. You know, this is a company that is not on trial. We're 10 years old. We've taken all the arrows, you know, the foundation is laid. We are one technology, 2 applications, taking over $3 trillion markets. And so when I slid my credit card across the table that day, took a leap of faith, and decided to jump in with both feet, I got to tell you, you know, before I arrived home that day, I had already enrolled my first associate. I didn't have to wait for my product to hit my porch. I didn't have to wait to have a product experience because I didn't know what I would have anyway. But I knew there was a lot of people out there that were hurting and that could benefit from this technology. And, you know, when you see it working in people's lives and giving them quality of life, and they enjoy health benefits that they would have never had before, it raises your conviction level to a whole new level. And so I truly knew, after giving it to about 10 of my closest friends who did have some things going on that we could measure, and they started to experience tremendous benefits, that I knew we really had something very big here. So again, I just began to share more and more, and my life began to change dramatically. And I don't know, Nicole, if I have time to bring up a slideshow. Do I have time to bring some pictures? Are you sure?
Yeah, Gina. Okay. Yep, we're ahead of schedule. Actually, we're doing great. So
okay, let me see if I can do this really quick. Oh, wait, I think I got to go share, right? Share my screen. Do I hit share screen? I share my screen.
Yeah, please do share screen. And that's the amazing thing about this journey, isn't it? Like, many of us had no idea about this technology before we started.
Isn't this great that you can have a 6-figure income and still be technically challenged?
I love it. It's great.
Okay, slideshow from the beginning. And then I got to just come over here and hide my, because I've got this displaying a little bit differently. So appreciate your patience here. So just real quick, I just want you guys to know that dreams really do come true. And you can design your future here with ASEA. You know, they told me when I got started that I needed a big enough why. Well, I didn't have to look very far, because I had 4 beautiful daughters staring me in the face every day. And I, you know, at that point, guys, it was just a matter of putting food on the table and a roof over their head. That was really all I was concerned about. I had no idea that we would be able to build a life that we would just, I would have never dreamed of. One of the first things that we did, well, I was able to put my daughter through karate classes, and she actually, this is a very, not a very good picture here, but she earned her black belt. So she went all the way to black belt, and I was so proud of her. My other daughter actually went to dance school and is now teaching at a Mark Ballas dance studio. So her dream came true as well. And this is her, Rachel. This is her and I in a covered wagon when Tyler Norton took us to the Gold Base Camp in Wyoming, to out to the Wyoming salt flats to gather salt, and to hike up to a 2,000-year-old spring where we drank water from a 2,000-year-old spring. You know, Vertus Norton always said to make money so you could make memories. And I'll tell you what, this company has certainly done that. Next, I knew I was, found myself earning a trip to celebrate our founder's retirement party. And I will forever be grateful to this man for the decision that he made that day to turn down multi-millions of dollars. I hope I don't get so emotional here, but you know what? This is something that changed the course of history for all of mankind, to allow people like you and I to enjoy this technology and share it with the world, and to bless and change so many lives. So I will be forever grateful for Vertus. One of the next trips I earned was a Mediterranean cruise. I apologize, I don't have pictures of it, but I show you this hat because at that point they gave us a captain's hat when we arrived on the ship. They flew us into Barcelona, and we were able to see 3 countries very fast. But here it was kind of where I realized that I could be the captain of my own life, my own ship. I could start, you know, building my own dreams and not be a slave to someone else's. And here we were in Rome and then in France. So we saw 3 countries very quickly on that Mediterranean cruise. It was the dream of a lifetime, and I'll never forget it. And here I am. I finally decided it was time. I was working so hard. I'd gone through 3 of life's highest stressors, a divorce, a sudden move, and the death of a parent, all in 4 months while I was trying to achieve the rank of platinum. So I thought, you know, it's time to reward myself. So I bought my dream car. And not only did I buy my H2 Hummer, but I was racing it at the Spokane Speedway, something I've always loved to do. I used to be the powder puff queen of the Southeastern Washington Fair, and I loved to race. So I raced my big old girl. And next thing you know, I'd hit the rank of diamond. And what was so beautiful about that is Denny always held diamond days every year for her diamonds. And so I found myself surrounded by these wonderful women. I was gleaning from their expertise, but more importantly, I was building relationships with people that I would have never known. Beautiful women from around the world that I would have never come to know had it not been for ASEA and achieving the rank of diamond. And thanks to Denny for putting on those exceptional days. And next thing you know, we were off to our first Diamond Summit in Panama. And not only was I able to attend, but I was able to afford to bring my 3 daughters. This was a huge a gift to give them, to be able to arrive in Panama. And the next thing you know, when you hang around with diamonds and you work really hard and you put your nose to the grindstone, you achieve the rank of triple diamond. So as a triple diamond, life just continued to get better. I finally bought my dream home. This is my 6-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,000 square foot dream home with my pool, because I love water. We don't get to experience a lot of it up here in the Great Northwest. We only get a few months of warm weather, but I love to take advantage of it as much as I can. The next thing you knew, we were in Ireland, another Diamond Summit. This company loves to reward their diamonds, and they love to reward their associates with these exceptional trips. So this was the trip of a lifetime. And again, taking my daughters with me was amazing. And Hawaii was another diamond trip. And here's the love of my life who took them scuba diving, something that they would have never experienced, I'm sure, in this lifetime. So just wonderful memories that we could build all along the way because of ASEA. And because I love water, I decided to put in a few of my own outdoor activities, stretch myself to do things I'd never done, do some whitewater rafting. And again, taking my daughters, we had the time of our life. And so because I love water and loved that boat, I decided this year to buy my own raft. So I now own a 26-foot chaparral, and I'm having the time of my life on the water. So I'm going to just close that out. And so Justin, I just want to say that, you know, I just want to encourage everyone that you really can build your dreams here. You know, there's a global rise of acceptance in alternative health, and people are looking for products and they're looking for technologies that really work. And, you know, we're not on trial. ASEA is the #4 emerging science in the world today. We are the greatest scientific achievement, and we also attract purpose-driven people with a desire to bring positive change and value to the world. So I think that our ethos and the culture that we create here is oftentimes some of the most attractive things that bring people to us. And I just wanted to say that, you know, our current economy predicts job uncertainty right now, but that's what actually drives this business. That's what drives this business. There's never been a better opportunity to be in a home-based business, working from home. This is a business that is uniquely attractive now more than ever. And the internet gives us endless possibilities to reach the masses in a microsecond. So if you keep it simple, make it meaningful, your dreams can come true as well. So thank you so much for allowing me to share.
You're amazing, Gina. Thank you so much for your sharing. That was awesome. Wow. So I got to learn even more about you. And I think that's amazing. So many of those pictures you were sharing, I was there. You know, I shared many of those trips with you. Some of those trips I heard about the cruise. You know, I wasn't a part of the ASEA business then, but I did hear about it. And I've got to say, I was a little bit envious at the time. I really wanted to do that cruise. But I've had the privilege, and it's been wonderful because I wasn't even a parent when I first met you on these trips. And I got to see you traveling with your daughters. And I've seen your daughters grow up over the last 6 years on these trips. And it has been a beautiful thing to see your family flourishing. And I think that's a part of this journey, is who we become. We believe in the business, the products and everything. We believe in ourselves. We belong to a wider global community, the greater ASEA community, and we become leaders, and we become influencers in the world. And it's just so nice to see who you've become, who your daughters have become, and it's been a real privilege to be a part of that journey. Now I'm a dad. I can just imagine what an awesome family experience you've been able to create for your daughters through this experience. And what I didn't know was just how much, bigger than life, beautiful blonde truck racer, whitewater rafter you are. Holy cow. Like, that's a whole other dimension to you. That's freaking awesome. And you are just
allowed me to live life, Justin.
I love it. I love you, Gina. You're fantastic. And, like me, the GFC was a time of turmoil and destruction, and not long after that was the worst, the darkest days of my life. But my favorite quote is, "It is not the challenges we face in life, but rather how we deal with them that really counts," by Rose Kennedy. So you're amazing, Gina. You're just such a great example of that. And thank you so much for sharing. You're phenomenal. Give another round of applause. Yay, go Gina Moran. Woohoo.
Thank you.
Can't wait for more holidays with you. Okay, so over to Nicole. Let's do a raffle. Who likes free stuff? Put a one in the chat box and give some love to Gina. Unmute yourself, darling.
Okay, sorry. The next raffle winner of a Renew Advanced Skin and Body Kit valued at 390 Australian dollars recommended retail price, fantastic prize, is James Van Sickle from the United States. Congratulations.
Go James! Congratulations! Yeah! All right!
Please check your email inbox for an email from me with a form that we need you to fill in so we can get your prize out to you.
Fantastic. So yes, please make sure you fill in all the details. It is one entry per person to the raffle, and stick to the end, because we are going to take the prizes right to the very end. Now, it is my privilege to introduce another amazing, powerful woman, a change maker in the world, a truly exceptional leader, and a woman that I have really come to admire, have massive respect for, and it's been a real privilege to work very closely with the incredible Melissa Kotter, Ambassador Diamond. She left her corporate life to become a professional network marketer, right? So how's that for defying social norms? So back in 1999, as a new MBA graduate, Melissa chose the network marketing profession as her full-time career so she could design a life while making a difference. When she found ASEA, she realized she'd finally found her home. So this lady is a true change maker. Put your hands together for the incredible Melissa Kotter.
Yay. Thank you so much, Justin. I hope I can live up to your reputation of me. But
you always do. You're amazing.
Thank you, Justin. It really is a great honor to be here. And my ASEA story, interestingly enough, actually started when I was 23. And I was in intensive care in a hospital bed in Sydney, and a nurse wanted to administer me with a drug I'd been selling in the field for the last few years as a pharmaceutical rep. And I had a really strong sense that I probably wouldn't make it out of the hospital if she gave me that drug. So I had a massive integrity crisis on my hands, and I realized I couldn't go back to the life I was living. And like Gina, I offered up a prayer and said, if you help me get out of the hospital, I'm going to spend the rest of my life helping people to take a more proactive approach to their health. And please guide me to the foundation of health. Please show me where that is. Well, I walked out of the hospital, rehabilitated, handed back the keys to the beloved company car, and not long afterwards met a chiropractic student. He graduated, we moved to South Australia, leased a couple of clinics for a year, and then we moved to Far North Queensland and we opened 3 really successful chiropractic clinics. And I was 25, absolutely loved being an entrepreneur, just not one to really like being told what to do and when to do it, ask my husband. So it was a relief to break out of that environment. But I knew there was more that I wanted to add to the world. I had untapped potential that was really niggling at me, and I wanted to take the 4 office walls of the clinic and stretch them out over the world, mostly because I was extremely time poor. First patient 8 a.m., last patient 8 p.m. And I didn't want to continue living my life like that. So I decided to enroll in an MBA to find a business more suited to me. I thought that's the only way I knew at the time to find it. I got 3/4 the way through my degree. I did finish it, but a patient approached me about the network marketing business model. And I've got to say, my first thought was like this shame that almost passed through the umbilical cord or something, because I had just studied 6 years full time, not like Dr. Maureen, but I was grooming myself for something else, not a profession where I needed not to put myself through that pain. And so I let it sink in, and I realized I had to get out of my own way, because the reality at the time, the only reason the clinics were successful is because of word of mouth marketing. So the Australian Medical Association had their foot on the necks of chiropractic profession. We were not allowed to promote the clinics. We were not allowed to advertise. So word of mouth was it. So I jumped into the profession, and I built a substantial business and was earning some of the highest checks in the company when I met my current husband, Bart. And so I moved to Utah. I sold my business, and as often happens in life, it can change overnight. So unbeknownst to us, he was the beginning of a 12.5-year court journey that was intense, and it destroyed us financially in the end. But I've got to tell you, through the 68 court hearings we went through, we also had custody, or Bart did, full-time custody of his 2 boys. We knew we were in a firewalk. We just had to keep moving forward. And so when we were near the end of it, we thought, we never missed a bill payment, not a single bill payment, because of this business model that Bart has been in the industry for a long time, was very successful. And our mortgages were paid. We didn't quite live the life we were accustomed to, but we didn't miss out on a single thing. We didn't miss out on being there for the kids, not once, through their childhood. But we saw a window where we could bolt back to Australia, because I needed to change my reality a little bit. But before we did, we had a garage sale, and Vertus and Bonnie Norton, the founders of ASEA, they have 4 children, 3 sons. John Norton walked up our driveway this day of the garage sale. And it wasn't what he said. He spoke about his dad, Vertus, the formation of the company. He talked about Dr. Gary Samuelson, this atomic medical physicist. And I went back inside and I said to Bart, I have no idea why, but I just met someone incredibly special. If you've met the Norton family, they're all incredibly special human beings. And I knew I had to remember that conversation. We moved to Australia. ASEA wasn't in Australia yet. And often is the case when you come through something traumatic, you fall apart at the end. So I was severely traumatized. I couldn't even see what was happening around me. So in terms of being open to anything, I really wasn't. We had our backs up against the wall financially. The company we were with had completely lost their way. They lost integrity. And so eventually, the right day at the right time, Bart received a phone call from Ed Weens, our sponsor in ASEA. Bart saw it, he jumped in, went to the United States to attend an event. I stayed at home to look after his kids, had a swig of ASEA, and promptly said, I'm not going to touch that again. And so the reality was I had to get out of my own way. And I watched a 5-minute product quick draw video. And I instantly realized that as a 23-year-old, the request I had to find the foundation of health, I had found it. It was in my hands, and I nearly overlooked it because I was just so used to being incredibly angry that I couldn't see anything. And so I then watched the ASEA Genesis video, and I realized this company were not going to let me down. They were going to always have our backs. They have integrity. And I absolutely knew with the uniqueness of this technology, it was going to change the world. So I decided I was definitely not going to miss out on that opportunity. But ASEA, for me, it's been a healing ground. It's been a way for me to reinvent myself, because I was sort of stuck with thinking I'm never going to be able to become the person I thought I was always meant to be. Well, with ASEA, because it's such a safe environment, it's a home for so many of us, I've really been able to fulfill that untapped potential. I've got a lot more growth to do, but in terms of helping people and not doing harm, that fills my soul with joy. And it really is the people in ASEA that has made the biggest difference to me. So in closing, don't think you know what this is until you really look at it and you move it from your head to your heart, because that's when you really know what this is in terms of these molecules, how huge this is, and the direction that we're actually traveling in. Don't allow your happiness to be at jeopardy of somebody who may have an opinion about you entering our profession. If you treat this as a professional, it has the potential to change your life like Gina's and be there for you in those really rough years when life will turn on its head potentially again. If you're someone with that niggling untapped potential, the stage is set. The platform is yours to come in and shine brighter than the brightest stars in the heaven and make a difference that right now you may not even be able to imagine or conceive of. You do have to take that leap of faith, but it is so worth it. And I want to extend to new people out there, take that leap of faith and come and join us, because the mission that we're on to change the face of health science, the mission we're on to change lives, it needs you. And we have such an amazing journey ahead of us all. And I think back to 6 years ago when I nearly missed this. I think back to 25-year-old when my shame and embarrassment of what this could be nearly stopped me. And I'm just so glad that I made the decision I made, and I'll never, ever look back. Thank you, Justin.
Just beautiful. Thank you so much, Melissa. Put your hands together, everyone. Woo! Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Yeah, yep, you do. You pulled on my heartstrings there, Melissa, as you so often do. Like I love these events because I get to learn about people. And I've known Melissa for years, right? For 6 years we've been working together, and I just cannot believe that there is so much that I learn every time people share their story. There's a couple of things you said there that I want to recap, because I don't know if people realize this. I think people in a normal job or a normal traditional business, how many of them got there because they were literally desperately putting out there, searching for something, praying for something to come into their life? Because that I hear from so many people in ASEA. All over the world, I have people go, this was going on for me, whether it was a desperate health situation or a desperate financial situation, or they desperately didn't want to be in a corporate job and wanted to be an entrepreneur. And not long after, ASEA turns up in their life. It's crazily common and it's amazing. And the other thing that you talked about there, Melissa, was like, this is your home. Who talks about their business like that? Who talks about their career like it's their home? Lots of people in ASEA do. And that is a phenomenal difference. I've had businesses where I've had quite a few staff and managed staff and things like that. And in this business, I have one staff member, and I have thousands of volunteers and thousands of cross-line cousins that we help each other with. And that is a completely different energy. So that's just an amazing story, Melissa. Thank you so much. And also for sharing about that whole stigma thing of like, you had shame about this. This is the best business model in the world. It's just most people don't understand it. And I didn't. I was ignorant as well. So that was just beautiful. Put your hands together for the amazing Melissa Kotter. Yay! So the other thing is, in the wise words of Warren Buffett, who is the greatest share trader in the world, and at least one time was the richest man in the world, he said that if you don't find a way to get paid while you sleep, you will work until you die. And I totally get what Melissa and Bart have been through with going through tough times financially, except I didn't have the residual income that they relied on and that got them through those tough times. And so, yeah, I crashed and burned after the GFC. And now, if people want freedom, if they want quality of life, one of my biggest suggestions to them after experiencing what true residual income is find a way to get paid while you sleep. And we can certainly do that with ASEA by just sharing a fantastic product with people. Thank you so much, Melissa. That was amazing. Rightio, over to the powerful Nicole Dennis. Who is the next prize winner?
Mary Jacob Moijan from Malaysia. Congratulations, Mary. Please check your email. You'll have an email from me with the links to fill in a form so we can get you your prize.
Well done, Mary J. Fantastic. Congratulations. I'm so glad that you can be a part of this event, even from beautiful Malaysia. So make sure you fill out the details, you respond to Nicole's email, and you take part of that. Okay, next, for our next amazing speakers, we're actually hearing from the incredible Nicole Dennis, but also the amazing Shelley. Oh, I got a bit of feedback. Maybe that's Shelley's. Shelley, you're jumping the gun. Good on you. That's all right. so
okay?
Shelley is recently joined the ASEA corporate team. She's a senior manager of the corporate brand, and with nearly 20 years of marketing experience. 20 years? I don't believe you're that old. No way.
Need to say it, it's true.
Oh, wow. So that comment I said the other night, I thought, and I was thinking, no way.
I told Justin just the other night, I was like, it's the ASEA working, I'm telling you.
Yeah. You said you're 103. I was like, nah. I was like, be more realistic.
Maybe not quite 103, but I'm definitely not in my 20s anymore.
ASEA is really working for you. That's amazing. So look, you've got heaps of more experience than I actually realized you did, which is fantastic. And thank you for nurturing our corporate brand, as well as customer experience expertise, because that's really important for people as they come on board and they learn about the company, they build their belief in the company. So thank you so much, Shelley, for being a part of this. And of course, my incredible wife, very powerful pocket rocket, look out. She is a corporate boss babe turned stay-at-home entrepreneur. And she loves Renew 28 and was able to successfully build a global team around this single product. So welcome, girls. Put your hands together, everyone, for these two incredible change makers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so great to be here. And I'm so glad that Shelley could join us. So Renew 28 is my favorite product, and I think it's one that doesn't get to kind of start in the show enough for ASEA, and I think, Shelley agrees with me. And Renew 28 has just had a relaunch at our recent global webvention, and this product is just so power-packed. So I really wanted to get, Shelley and I are going to have a fun conversation to kind of share a little bit about this. It's just phenomenal, Renew, and it's a great way to introduce people to our redox technology that's very easy for them to understand. So Shelley's worked in so many different areas. So tell us a little bit about, why you love this product so much and why you're so excited about the kind of relaunch of it.
Oh, I think for me, you're looking at the slide, right? There are how many products out there? I think I was going through my makeup bag, the one that, you never even get into, right? It's the one that goes under the counter that you never even get any of the products out. And I think that I had counted up to 18 different products in there that I haven't touched in 2 years. And meanwhile, I've got my bottle of Renew 28 sitting there on the counter, and that's my go-to every single day. I love the simplicity. I'm a working mom. I've got hobbies and interests. I chase my daughter around. I help her with her homework. There's a zillion things happening in my life every single day. And for me, I think what really sold me on Renew 28 initially was just the simplicity of it. And I can use it head to toe. When I've got spot treating on my face, or, if I need to use it after I've had a little too much sun, things like that. So that was initially what actually drew me to it. And so I started using it, I guess a couple of years ago. And then a few months ago, a marketing position opened up on the team internally, and I jumped. I said, yes, I love this product. And I've worked in a lot of jobs in my past, that have been amazing brands, Crocs shoes that, people just, well, they love them or they hate them, but, for me, I loved them. And one of the things that I've always tried to do in my career is make sure that any company I'm going to go work for, any brand I'm going to go work for, that I really feel strongly about the product, because it makes it so much easier to do my job well whenever I actually believe in it. And this, like I said, I just do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you have that scary drawer in your bathroom, full of things that you've bought. And I know, personally, I've used a lot of really high-end skincare. My mum got me my first skincare when I was 13 years old, and, you know, always use really quality stuff, like expensive skincare. And then when I started using Renew, I did like the before and after photos, like the 28-day ones, and all these lines softened, like these, like I was in my mid-30s at the time, like these lines around here, like kind of all flattened out. And just from introducing that into, like, I just added it in between like cleansing and moisturizing, and I was like, wow, that is amazing. And then I started to like, you know, expand out and use it for all of those different like things. That's the amazing thing about Renew. We can't even talk about all the things you can use it for on this call, but you know, you carry it with you everywhere, and you can just use it on pretty much everything. Anywhere your finger can reach, is what people say. So that's pretty amazing. Do you want to just cover a little bit, Shelley, about what makes this different, and like the redox technology, and why this is like such a unique product, because it's a redox skin gel?
Yeah, most definitely. So, you know, I think that when you're thinking about Renew 28, the things I love about it, you know, it's a primer. It helps with recovery. It's revitalizing. You know, I mean, this is truly using that redox technology that the ASEA discovered, you know, 10 years ago, and continues to prove how, you know, it can be so vital in helping with, you know, the youthful appearance. And for me, I guess I keep going back to youthful appearance, but, you know, there's so much more than even just, you know, fighting some fine lines and wrinkles, right there. And we can talk more about that in just a second, Nicole. But, you know, I think that for me, the science behind the innovative product is just, it's huge. You know, as we age, stress, environmental factors, even, you know, like things like toxins, they inundate our lives, and they kind of weaken our defenses. And so our proper kind of balance of redox molecules, they get off balance. And so with Renew 28, you're able to kind of balance back out with this technology, and help ensure that your body's own redox signaling molecules are, you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing. So, you know, I'm not a scientist. I won't pretend to be. I can't go into all the details of what makes it so unique. I've read this book that I think it takes me like probably an hour a night to get through a chapter, and they're not long chapters, guys. I'm trying to understand it, and it's complicated. I know that's probably hard when you're kind of new to it and trying to like get your head around all of it. But the proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, like, you may not fully understand everything about redox, but when you can see it and you can see the impact it makes, it's pretty easy to understand that something's working.
Yeah, and I think like that's like a really great message as well. So, you know, we're one of the like, you know, few people in the world that we actually built our business to that like diamond level and the diamond life that people aspire to, with 95% of our volume on this product, on Renew 28. And I love it because you really can just show people pictures. You can put it on them and give them an experience. And I love that it's, you know, I've done a lot of research on skincare, and I love that it's safe and it's non-toxic. Like, a lot of skincare has chemicals in it that are actually obesogens, which means that's making us fat. Like, and none of us ladies want that, right? Like, we don't want to be putting stuff on our face to try and look better that has actually got chemicals in it that's going to make us get fat, because that's like defeating, right? Looking better. And
nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. And then a lot of things, they have ingredients in them that are like artificially plumping up the cells, so kind of filling out those lines. But then when you stop using some of those things, your face can kind of like really sag. So I love Renew in that it's working at a cellular level to make our cells, our skin cells, act like they did when they were younger, and that's how it's making us look younger. And that is so cool.
Well, and you know, even Maureen and I have talked before about, you know, it's simple, but it's safe. You know, you want a product that you can feel good about, and it's a topical, but you know, even with a topical, it's going to absorb into your skin. You want to make sure that what you're putting in your body, you know, if you're going to clean up your diet and think about the foods that you're eating, you want to clean up the things that are going on your body as well, and that's just as important.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of people don't realize that our body is our largest organ, and that things are absorbed very easily through the skin. Like even some nutrients, for example, like magnesium, which a lot of people might supplement in their diet, is actually absorbed better by putting it on topically than by taking it internally. So that shows you how important it is to think about what goes on your skin, because it's all going directly into your body, directly into your bloodstream. And, you know, you really do need to give it thoughtful consideration.
Yep.
But
Well, shall we give them, I was gonna say, should we give them the rundown of kind of all the awesome ways that you can use it?
Yeah, totally. Let's
all
have
right.
some of the ways you can use Renew.
You guys love my beautiful slides work here. I was wrapping up some of these slides last night. Oh, and look, and I've got a little typo there next to the post-workout. Oh, my little line didn't connect.
Oh, that's
you guys will forgive me for that, right?
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Shelley pays attention to detail. Great work, Shelley. Very good hands.
All right, so let's see here. One of my favorite things that I use Renew 28 for, I play soccer. As we've talked about, I'm not quite 103 yet, but I'm getting up there, and man, like, it's hard on my body. Like, every game I like walk away and I'm like limping, and I look like I'm like 90 for the next like 3 days. I'm gonna walk around my house, but I mean, I put it on and I just love that kind of like cooling sensation that after a game, and it just kind of helps relax me. So that's one of my favorite things about Renew 28 that I really didn't discover until recently.
Yeah. And, you know, for us in Australia, it's coming into summer here, and our sun is very, very hot. And Justin can attest, he is like lobster boy if he spends too much time in the sun. So after sun soothing is a great use for Renew, and like something that is, you know, we are coming into the time of year in the Southern Hemisphere where we get a lot of time outside, a lot of time in the sun. So that becomes very, very important.
Yep. Here you go. Next up, wrinkles. Oh,
yep. So yeah,
okay, you can.
Let's have a look. Hey, I think a picture speaks 1,000 words. When I was first introduced to Renew and people asked me what I'm doing, I just had this little book of photos and I'd be like, check this out. And they'd be like, where can I get some? Give me some right now. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the visible things that you can see with Renew in a very, very short amount of time.
Yep. I mean, that before and after 12 weeks, I mean, you would not even know it's the same person. It's incredible how much it really like softens the texture, the fine lines. Like, I mean, it's just remarkable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. And what I would say to people, like if you're on this call and you want to like try this redox technology, try the redox product, make sure you take a before photo before you put this stuff on your face for the first time, because, you know, while I've seen most people will see a visible difference in 28 days, I have literally seen people have a massive difference overnight. Not everyone, but some people. So make sure you take that photo or you might miss out on like a phenomenal after photo. So it is incredible what happens.
Yep.
I think we got
okay,
one slide here.
I was going to say, this one's not my bum, but this is someone else's. But I mean, even cellulite, we all get it, right? I mean, it kind of kicks off when, you know, women hit puberty. And then, you know, like for me, it was really when I got pregnant, because my estrogen level, of course, you know, spikes. And, you know, that's kind of the byproduct. You know, you get your cellulite from that. And so, you know, you start using Renew 28 on that, and, you know, it really kind of softens those cellulite dimples so that it looks like nice, smooth, soft skin. The appearance is just improved.
Yeah, it's really amazing, isn't it? Because I think it is something that, you know, it doesn't really affect men as much as women. Cellulite, and none of us want it, because we want to go to the beach in summer and we want to wear like shorts and things like that. And so, yeah, it is great to be able to have something that is safe and effective to be able to deal with it. Do you want to just so recently we, like, corporate also has relaunched Renew 28, and it's a bigger tube which is coming soon to parts of the world. Do you want to kind of touch a little bit on that and that journey that you like went through as, like, you know, being in charge of the ASEA brand, and kind of like realizing that this product is much, much broader than just, you know, on your face for wrinkles?
Yeah, it is, you know, and I think that we talked, you know, a little bit about some of the examples just now, and, you know, we could go on, you know, after shave and, you know, dry skin and so on, right? There's a million ways you can use it. But before this, you know, I think everybody was really just kind of thinking about it in terms of a primer for your face, and they weren't necessarily thinking about it of all the different ways that you can use it on your entire body. And, we started kind of looking a little bit more into the science of it and saying, like, if we're having this good of results on your face, like, what else can we be doing with it? And so, starting to kind of explore a little bit more. And, like I said, we've got a whole list now of things that, we can talk about that are just absolutely like remarkable when you think about the kind of the befores and the afters and how it helps with the skin elasticity and with the moisture and the smoothness and all the things that you want your skin, how you want your skin to look, right? And I think you hit on it just a minute ago. The most exciting part, now you get 10 milliliters more for free. Yay!
I know, right? That's probably coming like next month to us here in Australia and New Zealand. So it's like when the old packaging runs out, the new packaging will run in and we'll have that as well. So it's really powerful. And I think, my parting comment to everyone about Renew would be is, make sure the person who invited you, that they get you information on all the ways you can use this. And ladies, it is not a moisturizer. I've had to reprogram everyone that I introduced to, because we're used to using these tiny, tiny little amounts of moisturizer, of like, little small amounts and just like kind of dabbing it on. That is not how you use Renew. You use like a raspberry size, a big lump of it, and you like kind of like lather it on everywhere. And because it is
30 seconds, rub it in for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's a topical redox gel. It is like not like a moisturizer or what you're traditionally used to thinking of skincare. So it is to be used liberally. I personally use about a tube a week because I do it all over my body every day. So I'm really excited, and thank you so much for taking time out of your Friday evening, Shelley, to be with us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, of course. I'm so glad I got to join you guys. Wonderful, wonderful stories from all of the panelists. I feel like it was a hard act to follow. So, wonderful job, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Great work, ladies. Put your hands together. Thank you so much for sharing. Woo. I love the focus on product education. Because as Nicole said, when we started this, we only had that one product, and we really had to learn how to use it. We had no background in network marketing. We didn't have an upline in Australia. We didn't have marketing material. In fact, we only got our first PowerPoint 15 minutes before our first presentation and hadn't even read it. We just read off the screen of the laptop, and we'd never been, in this industry, but the product was incredible and the results spoke for themselves. And yes, all the ways you can use this is just phenomenal. So thank you so much for sharing that, ladies. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing you implement some of your great ideas, Shelley, and working with you and just making ASEA better all the time, as we are all working to make it better all the time. Awesome. I think we got a raffle. So Nikki, who would be the next prize winner in the raffle?
You muted. I'm just pulling it up. Just 1 second. Let me have the details there.
No worries.
I'm jumping
from
one thing to another. So we have got Gretchen Brewer from America. Congratulations, Gretchen.
Gretchen Brewer, congratulations. Woo, put your hands together.
Please check your email, Gretchen, for an email from me. There's a form that you do need to fill in so we can get your prize out to you.
Absolutely. And make sure that you get in that prize in the raffle. If you haven't yet, it is 1 entry per person. And we will be doing another prize draw at the end of the call. We have one last amazing speaker for you today. And I have a truly deep, heartfelt gratitude for this incredible woman who's really changed my life. Like I said, Nicole and I, we'd never been involved with this industry at all. In fact, we'd only been to America once before. We hadn't done a lot of travel for business like this overseas or anything. And we were coming from a difficult place. I'd had a major health challenge for 20 odd years. Nicole had had a health challenge for 25 years. We'd been through the global financial crisis. I lost my health food shop, natural therapies clinic. I was going through bankruptcy. Things were not great, right? It was probably the worst part of my life. In fact, 2013, I was struggling just to get out of bed to feed myself. I was slowly dying. And a part of this technology was what transformed our lives and turned it all around. And I was super grateful. I met the amazing Trish Wankler back in 2012. We went to a conference. We went to a convention because a friend of mine who had a whole other career, but she'd had some benefits out of health products in the network marketing industry. She said, this is actually a business. and you're really passionate about health products and you're really passionate about helping people, maybe you should really take a serious look at this as a potential business for the future. And ASEA wasn't even in Australia at this point. The convention just happened to be at Disney World. So it was kind of like a very convenient way to have a holiday in America and to go and have a look at this thing and see if this really was a possibility. So that was kind of like the level of due diligence that we were doing to really commit to being into a business. And we traveled overseas with this couple and we had a great time, but it was pretty scary because we didn't know what to expect, right? I'd had some bad experiences. I'd had one bad experience anyway with network marketing. And you know, it's about how it's done. There's good operators in every industry and there's bad operators in every industry, and you can't judge a book by its cover. So you got to go and experience it for yourself. That's what Melissa was saying. Like, try it on, do some due diligence, give it a go and just see how this fits for you. For so many of us, we've landed in a place we call home. So I'm around the pool. I meet Trish Wankler for the first time around the pool. She's in the bikinis. Danny Robinson's in the bikinis, and they're lounging. Beautiful girls, two blondes from Boise, Idaho. Just happen to be some of the highest. Well, Trish is definitely the highest earner in ASEA. And it's like, hey, how you doing? You know. And years later, that meeting changed. You know, just changed the course of my life, because Trish to me was just an extremely grounded, humble, frugal, caring, loving person, fun-loving person. She was like normal. And it was really interesting because the friends we were with, we'd only been friends for a short amount of time, but Trish kind of thought we were like brothers and sisters because we were so close, you know. And she's like, hey, you guys are cool. And we're like, hey, you're cool. Like oh, maybe this could all be fun. And hey, it's been amazing. It's been heaps of fun. We've been all over the world with them. Trish Wankler is a triple presidential diamond. She's the highest ranking person in ASEA. Her an incredible husband, Bob. And you know, she's always friendly. She's smiling. She's got such an approachable manner. And her heart is felt by everyone that she meets. You know, she has spread the belief of ASEA all over the globe. She always helps everyone feel like they belong to the company. She is a phenomenal embodiment of what leadership is. This event is called Change Makers, and Trish is like the epitome of change makers in the world for this great industry and for our amazing company called ASEA. So she embraces that idea. I want you to put your hands together. I want you to put your thinking caps on and listen to everything she's got to say. She's been a leader in this network marketing space since 1993. She's the top earner of ASEA. She's a recipient of the I Am ASEA Award. She's been on the advisory council. She's had a huge amount to do with this company and a huge influence on all of us here on the call. Please put your hands together for the amazing Trish Wankler.
Hello, amazing Justin. Hello, amazing Nicole. Hello, Aussies. Melissa, Shelley, Maureen, Gina, everybody. Nice to be in Australia tonight. Don't you love technology? It's so great. So do you want me to show us a few slides, share my story? Is that what you want me to do? Or yeah, okay, I'll do that. Okay.
You are going to do whatever you're going to do, and it's going to be awesome.
Okay. So let's see here. Let's find this. Here we go. Okay, why don't we start here? So we live in Boise, Idaho. I always have to show people where it is. And my network marketing life actually started when I was in grade school, believe it or not. When I was in grade school, I had a dream. I wanted to be like my Aunt Pat, whom I'm named after. She was a missionary in Brazil. I wanted to grow up and do important things that helped people in faraway lands. I would write my aunt letters and I was her pen pal, but I grew up. I never had a chance to do that. I married my husband, Bob, 40 years ago, believe it or not. And there you go. That was from another. Okay. So my husband has an engineering degree from Johns Hopkins University. I have a high school education. So Bob had a good job. I stayed home with the children. Everybody who looked at us would have said we had the American dream. But I actually had some health issues for about 12 years and that doctors were not able to help. And in 1993, someone introduced me to a network marketing product, and lo and behold, it helped me. And that's when I learned that the world's best products are typically brought to the world through network marketing. You typically will not hear about them from a pharmacist or a doctor. And so I understand, as Justin and Nicole others do, that your health is your true wealth. And for me, you know, the global censorship of health information, the fact that governments around the world censor any type of information about natural health, I was going to say cures, I can't say that, natural health information.
We can't say it because we're censored.
Yeah. So for me, network marketing has always been very simple. Some people make it very complex, but all we do is tell the truth about health products that can help people. That's what you've heard tonight on this webinar. And so my dream of changing lives the way my aunt did, I understood that through network marketing, it could start to come true. And I also, at that time, started learning about the business aspects of network marketing by going to meetings and things. I learned about this famous quote from J.P. Getty that says, I'd rather earn 1% of the efforts of 100 people rather than 100% of my own efforts. Whoops, that was the wrong thing to do. And I learned about this concept of building a team. Now, when I saw this picture for the first time, I thought about the family that I was raised in. My parents are sitting in the front with glasses. I'm the lovely teenager standing in the back with glasses. My parents have 8 children. In this picture, there are 7 of us. And my parents both had a full-time job. My mom was a waitress. My dad worked at the telephone company. Like me, they both have a high school education. And when they came home, my mother had a little business buying and selling used clothing out of our garage, and my dad had a business buying and selling used boats out of our backyard. And my parents would frequently argue, and they always argued for the same reason. There wasn't enough money. And if they got sick or if they went on vacation, the income stopped. Why? Because everything depended on their own efforts. So when I saw this incredible concept of building a team, I said to myself, I love my parents, but I do not want my life to be like theirs. And I made a decision that I would, whoops, I have these a little bit in the wrong order. Oh, where's my favorite picture? Oh, my favorite picture. There's my favorite picture. So in 2009, my husband, Bob, and I promised the ASEA founders that we would do whatever we could to help them take ASEA around the world. Actually, that's the wrong order. It must be late at night here. I know it's not late at night there. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so in 1993, I got ahead of myself there. I was getting all excited about ASEA. I'm still back here. Okay, so in 1993, I chose a different path in my life, a path that most people don't know very much, network marketing. A lot of people diss network marketing. The only reason they do is they don't understand it. Someone has negatively brainwashed them. And when you truly understand network marketing, that you can make a living while making a difference, it's the most incredible, you know, mission slash business slash lifestyle on planet Earth. So not everyone joins you, of course, but if you keep asking and showing people what we have, eventually you will find people who decide to change their own lives and change the world with you, just like Justin and Nicole all the way over there in Australia. Came over to Florida, went to Disneyland, saw, you know, the whole ASEA, you know, everything, the vision, the products, the founders, the executives. You know, Bob and I, we have had a ton of fun with Justin and Nicole over the years, and they're there in Australia, you know, changing so many people's lives, not only in Australia, but of course, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore. And they have people all around the world. So all of our futures depend on the choices that we make, of course. So who would like to have better health, and who would like to have better wealth? Or why not choose both, right? So my story in network marketing, I spent 15 years with my first company. My first year, I didn't make a lot of money, but guess what? It takes 4 years to get a college degree. It takes 5 years for most small businesses to cash flow. My parents had small businesses. I understood that. I kept on working. My second year in network marketing, I was earning a full-time income. After 4 years, I went diamond, which meant I had a nice 6-figure income. My husband left corporate America, never had to get a real job again. After the 7th year, we became one of the top 10 global earners in our first company. Best of all, every dollar that we earned represented people, just like you've heard from tonight, whose lives were being transformed in health-wise and also financially. So after 15 years with our first company, that company started to have serious management issues. We also had personal investment challenges. We invested in real estate at the wrong time. We had huge bank loans. We were millions of dollars in debt. We had nobody leasing our properties, and that's a problem, trust me. So in my first company, I was looking for something to help me with my health. When I found ASEA, I was looking for opportunity. Some people come to ASEA and they're broke. I came to ASEA literally millions of dollars in debt. I spent a year and a half after I left my first company looking for a new company. I call it wandering in the desert. I was looking for a home. I was looking for something that I could trust, something that I could believe in, something that was a legacy, something unlike anything else. And I almost gave up. I almost thought I would have to be a waitress like my mother, give up my home, my cabin in the mountains, give up my commercial buildings that weren't doing well, but still we had a lot of equity invested in them. And fortunately, in 2009, I heard about ASEA. I was invited to Salt Lake City. I actually was so blessed that I was able to sit down with our founder, Vertus Norton. Vertus told me the story of ASEA. He told me about this incredible redox signaling technology, something completely different from anything the world had ever seen before, something that can't be copied, not only because of our patents, but because of our proprietary processing techniques. He started telling me about the miraculous results that people were experiencing and how this product in the early days when ASEA wasn't even available was being sent to people all over the world. And that because of this, there was a unique business opportunity. Now we're on the right slide. This is when my husband and we promised our founders that we would do everything that we could to help them spread ASEA around the world. So in 2009, I joined ASEA 6 months before pre-launch. We only had one product, our beautiful ASEA Redox supplement. We were only in one country. But as different countries opened, Canada, then Mexico, Europe, finally Australia, New Zealand, and now Asia, it's been so exciting to see Vertus's dream come true, and also truly my childhood dream from many years ago truly, really become true. And it's just so amazing to be in this company that's continually expanding, that's now very established, yet most people in the world have never heard of redox signaling molecules. ASEA is growing faster than ever. More and more exciting things are going to happen with ASEA in the future with their new research and development labs and the new redox products that they're going to be developing in the future. So ASEA still, after 10 years, is the only company in the world that has been able to create stabilized bioactive redox signaling molecules outside of the body. There's no other company that I know of that has zero competition. So here we are in 2020, you guys. I just actually got off a plane today. I'd flown to visit my daughter. It's unbelievable the way the world looks now compared to a few short months ago, both health-wise as well as economically. So why ASEA and why now? I think it's self-explanatory, right? So in network marketing, this is a picture taken in Singapore a few years ago. When I started in network marketing, like I said, I have a high school education. I had no business experience. I had no speaking experience. I had a very small circle of influence, but I just started sharing my story with other people. Then I helped them share and them share. And you truly can grow a global business with ASEA. And it doesn't matter if you are young or old. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of education or a little education. It doesn't matter what color your hair is. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. Everybody can be successful in this amazing, fantastic company. So I know everybody's been here a long time tonight. I really appreciate you hanging in until the end. It's a super pleasure to be with everybody. Thank you, Justin and Nicole, for inviting me on. Great to see everybody tonight. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Yay!
You're amazing! You gotta do your famous wave. Do your famous wave, Trish.
Yay! Whoops, I'm falling off my chair. I'm so excited. Yay, ASEA!
Oh, no. You have made me laugh so many times when you've been on stage, and you've done that awesome big wave. You're larger than life. So thank you, Trish. I'm always moved by your very vulnerable, your very real story of how your life has been shaped and funneled into an awesome tool for transformation and leadership in the world with this incredible industry, and of course the amazing ASEA opportunity. Thank you so much for everything you've ever done. You said that a ton of fun. You've had a ton of fun with Justin and Nicole. Man, like seriously, I'm talking, it's hard for people to comprehend the fun that we have had. Like seriously, like the best night clubbing.
It's hard for me to comprehend. How could anybody have that much fun in so many different places?
I know. Like I've done a fair bit of night clubbing, particularly when I was younger. But recently, I've had some of the best night clubbing experiences of my life in Vegas with you guys. We've been snorkeling off giant catamarans in Hawaii. We've done pub crawls in Dublin. We've done body surfing.
Water skiing in Florida.
I'm getting there. Snow skiing in Idaho and water skiing in Disney World. Like it was freaking awesome. So like the thing is, right? People just can't understand what that's like, because when you are living your passion, when you are living a purposeful life, and you are helping people all over the planet, and you don't even know the people you're helping, but you're receiving abundant prosperity for that in return. And then you're gifted these trips are in the best places around the world, in some of the best luxury accommodation around the world. And you're sharing that journey of transformation, because you're growing as a leader as well, with like-minded and heart-driven peers who become your closest friends. You cannot buy that experience. Warren Buffett will never get that experience. Right. And that is truly, to me, the best thing I can ever do with my life. It has been such a blessing. I've got to thank you, Trish, because our first conversations in your bikinis around the pool back in 2012, you went, wow, yeah, okay. You helped me see a vision that I could do this. And it has been one heck of a journey. It's been amazing.
Have you ever done it? You guys are incredible. Congratulations. Yeah. On your incredible success and your great leadership for the entire ASEA world.
Thank you, Trish. Everyone put their hands together for the amazing Trish.
Thank you. Thank you, ASEA. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. So if we've inspired you today, I really want to invite you to join the growing ASEA family, to get back to the person that invited you and get started. If you just want to use the products, fantastic. Transform your health with that. If you are inspired to see the vision, you want to share this with people, and actually become a builder, learn how to do that. Be your first best customer, learn how to do the products and get started. There's so much training and support. It's a whole business system. It's absolutely amazing. If you are lucky enough to be located in Australia and New Zealand and you want to share ASEA and you want to build a business, when you enroll as an associate, and for a short amount of time, you get free enrollment, which is phenomenal, right? Like this company is always giving us great things and great incentives. They are super, super generous. So use the code ASEA webinar. Nikki, what is the cutoff date for that, for the free enrollment? That's only for people in Australia and New Zealand.
Midnight, Tuesday, the 20th of October, Brisbane time.
Okay, fantastic. So it's only a few days away. So don't muck around too much. Don't miss out on that offer. It only comes around at special events. I want to just reinforce one of the things that Trish shared, right, is, you know, the challenges with finances. And when I met Trish, I was in the midst of bankruptcy and a health crisis in the last big problem the world had. That was the global financial crisis. And what's so interesting is that this industry actually prospers at this time. The network marketing industry as a whole usually does quite well during difficult economic times. And I don't think we've really seen it yet. I think we've been seeing the pandemic and the COVID crisis, and that's certainly going to have, our heart goes out to all of the people that have been affected from the health challenges of that. But the economic challenges, I think, are only just starting to begin. You know, we've been very lucky in Australia. I'm sure it's different all over the world. I know some countries have been hit a lot harder than us. But this is an incredible time to make a difference in the world and to give an economic opportunity to people in lots and lots of countries. We operate with full logistics and support in 33 countries around the world. In the words of the insightful Buckminster Fuller, when you solve the money problem, all the other problems are easier to solve. And the world has a few problems at the moment. So, hey, join us, get working, create your dreams, make it happen. It truly can happen with ASEA, and we'd love to join you in that journey. I think we've got another prize, haven't we, Nikki, before we wrap up?
We do. We have one more prize, and our prize winner is Samantha Emmett from Australia. Congratulations, Samantha. Please check your inbox for an email from me.
Samantha, congratulations! All right. Well, look, again, thank you everyone for joining us. A big thank you for our panelists. Thank you so much for particularly the people in America and staying up late for us. Really appreciate that. There's lots of love in the chat box. I hope all the panelists got to see all the love everyone was giving you. I'm just like quickly scrolling down. And at the moment, all I can see is thank you, love Trish. Thank you, love Trish. Thank you, love Trish. After every speaker, it was the same. So super grateful for all of you joining us today. Our next event, we do this every couple of months, and I do believe that the next one is
It's Saturday, the 28th of October. So just stay tuned. For the flyer will be out for that.
How good are you? You're amazing. All right, we're going to stick around for some questions. 28th of November. I said October. 28th of November. That's right. 28th of November.
No, I'm not doing another.
Come on the 28th of October. I won't be here. All right. So we're going to stick around for some Q&As if you require that. And I'm going to play a song from our amazing founder, Tyler Norton. He wrote this song really to celebrate the life of his father. And it's called One Life. And everyone can make a difference in the world. Everyone is important. In fact, all major contributions to the world come from a single life. So just think about the potential that you have and what you can, when you reach your greatest potential, just what you're capable of. It's absolutely amazing. So please enjoy this. Thank you for attending, everyone. We'll see you next time.